$100. That doesn't really work, does it? Have you tried? Oh, that's good. Oh, fantastic. Oh, fantastic. Better. So much better. What a fantastic, fantastic tune. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. They have everything for young men to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Young man, there's no need to feel down. Young man, pick yourself off the ground. I've been Donald Trump. Thank you and good night.
Then what time?
This one's from Jeremy in Wisconsin. And it says, Tuffy brand coffee is the best coffee in the world. Thanks for the grift.
Anyway, I'm going to find out who this quartering character is. And when I do, he's going to get a bit of the old ice troll treatment.
From loathing Brie Larson to being the unofficial #1 fan site for Brie Larson.
How about a handshake? You're gonna give me your jacket, your helmet, and your motorcycle, and in return, I'm gonna let you keep your hand.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Astro Thursday.
Yay!
Looks
Astro
like
Thursday.
Melanie and I got our black and yellows on.
Yes!
And how's it
guess,
feel
like,
to be
his name
left
Sports
out,
Week?
Hannah Claire? How's it feel to be left out?
Or am I this week's Beyonce? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's true. You're Beyonce this week.
Yeah, you're all right.
Dancers.
How is everyone doing? We've got lots of news. I don't know if you girls tuned into the Victoria's Secret show last night. I know I did because I always do.
I didn't know that was a thing. Any troons or quadriplegics?
I did do some transvestigating, and I believe there was at least one gay man.
Okay.
But something also pretty interesting happened. What are you barking at?
Hello?
Oh, it's Auntie Maggie. Oh, okay.
Maggie!
Yeah, I forgot to open the
Maggie?
door for her. I'll let her in. Hold on.
What's the Maggie lore? We need a Maggie update. How is she doing?
She's doing good. She's in her fit girl phase too.
Love it.
She's she just poked because we have an exposed basement, so like I have a window, like I see right out to the backyard, and I just saw a disembodied head pop in the window
Halloween.
there. Yeah. Another great Halloween recommendation I can offer people is the Devil's Candy. No nudity, no gore. A mild possession story. I wouldn't necessarily call it possession. Very, very well acted. by this guy. I forget what his name is. He played like a weirdo in another movie too. I've been on a generational run.
To be like, in every movie you play a weirdo. That's what you look like.
Well,
or you get like typecast into the weirdo role.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think about that with like, have you ever seen Casting John Bonet? It's like kind of a documentary, and it's about the John Benet Ramsey thing. But so they're bringing in these actors, and like someone had to play the creepy pedophile. Can you imagine? Being, like,
that would be the worst typecast. Oh, we need another pedophile. You're in, bro.
Call the guy.
You know who I think would be great for this role? And you're like, no, thank you.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because in the Netflix put out an Ed Gein miniseries.
I've seen it,
and it does touch on that. The guy that plays Ed Gein, he gets typecast as like a creepazoid transvestite, and like he can't get out of that role, and he's like, it's like ruining his life. I thought they tried to do too much with that series. It should have been like 2 episodes long. Nobody gives a shit about the actor that played Ed Gein. Nobody gives a shit about. I guess they were trying to say like, look at all these movies that Ed Gein inspired, you know, Buffalo Bob. And
people don't talk about him that much. Like, he doesn't get the same kind of cultural references. I didn't like the last episode, and I won't spoil it for anyone, but I just thought it dragged on and was like too unnecessarily. And it's all speculative. It's all editorialized. So, like, it went from being like...
Oh, go ahead.
It just went from being like, yeah, this guy was a creep, to being like, this is actually completely made up and doesn't really have anything to do with anything. Yeah,
as a Wisconsinite, we eat people
he's your boy.
Here.
You got to represent.
Yeah, and I was very frustrated by the creative choices they made. There are only 2 people known to have been murdered by Ed Gein, but if you believe that series, he killed dozens of people. Like the hunters, he killed like 2 hunters randomly. I don't even know where the fuck that came from. He was never found guilty of murdering his brother. That was purely speculative. And then these 2 farmers that I feel like they're just like, well, let's have 2 farmers wander into his barn and have him kill. That's not who Ed Gein would have killed. That like the whole thing didn't make any sense. And then like Ryan Murphy, he keeps getting these jobs. I thought he did pretty good with the Dahmer one, but the same shit, like 2 episodes too long, a bunch of nonsense, and the same thing with Ed
I thought
Gein.
the Menendez brothers were going to sue him because he basically implied they were in like a weird incestuous relationship when he did the series on them.
And there was no evidence of that whatsoever.
The downside of having watched the Gein thing, and I watched it with my husband, is that now I'll be like, can you, like, if he's going to the store, I'll be like, oh, can you get me something? He'll be like, a nipple belt? Like, he'll just reference it constantly.
Who wouldn't?
I don't like that as much. It's good for Halloween.
What's that chair made out of? Oh, that's an... By the way, the guy that played Ed Gein did an incredible job. He's the guy from what's the motorcycle movie that everyone liked? It's a TV series on FX, Sons of Anarchy, I think. He was a star of Sons of Anarchy, and I thought he did incredible as Ed Gein. Did you watch it? I have to. I saw it. Oh yeah, you're in Wisconsin. You should have watched it the day it came out. Are you eating Lunchables? I just said you were in your healthy girl. I just said you were in your healthy girl era, and now you're eating Lunchables.
It can be.
Oh, she's coming in here every day with like meat, no bread.
The portion control today. It's all
no,
good.
because she has 2 of them. Not portion control.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's not allowed to feed herself. She has to starve herself in her office.
Wow,
interesting.
There's a weigh-in. We have to chat. We have to weigh in every week.
Yeah, the girls do have to weigh in to work for me.
That's
true.
how it is.
That's true.
And I usually make them do it while I'm eating a quesadilla. Yeah. She kept lying to me about being pregnant, and I was like, Hannah Claire, the scale keeps going up, and you keep saying
I'm just
you're
really dense as a person.
Yeah.
My bones are made of cement, Jeremy. What do you want?
Well, just like Charlie Kirk's. Yeah. The apparently. Well, here's the trailer. I just want to show you this guy who I thought acted. This is not a groundbreaking film. I don't think it was the best horror movie I've ever seen, but it does have a pretty cool, like, subtle God versus the devil thing in it that you have to kind of be like open to see.
Like it.
And there's no gore in it, and it's, here.
We've come to the place where we joke.
I'm sure we'll get claimed, but whatever. Who cares?
About the idea of the devil.
This guy has played a creep in other movies.
Oh, he looks so familiar.
Yeah, chat, bail me out
because
what?
Like a creep?
Yeah, come on, chat. What else?
He's
was he
been in something else, and I was like,
I know, I recognize that guy.
Yeah.
But that is Satan's lie to distract us
he was in
from the reality
Constantine.
of
Was he the
who
one who
he
died
is.
by the
Yes,
bugs?
he drank. No, he drank himself to death. I think.
Oh, he did. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I love Constantine. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
It's like it flowed through me. I don't remember painting this.
This is Mommy and Daddy's house. They're dead.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
I need to come home now.
We are his pawns. We are his demons on earth. He uses us to carry out his unspeakable deeds. We satiate his hunger.
Your latest work is wonderfully disturbing.
Oh my God.
I didn't mean to do this. To sacrifice.
He will slither into your soul.
So anyway, I won't play the whole thing.
That looks
but
good.
Essentially,
I want to watch it.
He's like a painter, and I think that he actually like he paints this painting with his daughter in it, where she's like burning, and like the paintings he's painting end up being like prophetic,
right?
And this guy is like hearing voices all the time, and which causes him to do some bad things, which are presumably the devil, you know. But then
I want to watch Constantine again too now.
Yeah, I keep giving you gold, and you keep rewatching old movies.
I know.
You gotta watch. Bring her.
Female urge to rewatch the same thing over and over again. Melanie, I'm right there with you.
Yeah. This was good. The dude plays a good psycho. Yeah. The artist is not a bad guy. The trailer portrays him as like evil, but he's not. He's a good dad. He's a good dad to his daughter. Yeah,
he's just a vessel for some dark prophecies. You know.
Yeah, well, there's something about the house or something. I think because they move in. The killer grew up in that house, and then they move in. Yeah, there's something up with the house. But anyway, I thought it was pretty good. Another happy movie, guys. I don't watch comedies, so you're not going to ever get a recommendation from me on a comedy.
I don't watch a lot of comedies anymore. I feel like they're not good anymore. There used to be, there's some good classics. Like I love Nacho Libre. I love Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, that's a watch every year for me. Good. Napoleon. Yeah, I watch that all the time.
I just don't think we've had any good comedies in a very long time.
Yeah,
I think it's hard to under this culture, you know. Let's make it all political. I'm just kidding. Jeremy, I watched 1 Hour Photo. Did I tell you that a couple weeks ago?
That was another Hambly recommendation.
That was
my husband the other night was like, "So what is Jeremy saying you should watch now?" And I was like, "Kind of give it up on me because I've stalled for so long." But
did you like it?
Yeah, I did. And it's funny because I obviously have seen like Robin Williams in something, you know, like because he was the voice of the genie and he was in Miss Doubtfire or whatever. But now I only wish I had ever seen him in that because like,
dude,
he's such a different impression of him.
He plays such an incredible, like that, in my opinion, is his best role ever. Like it's not like anybody can play like when he was doing like his wacky Miss Doubtfire shit, that's just who Robin Williams was.
Right.
Like that's who how he was in stand up. He was just doing like truckloads of cocaine and being wacky. That movie, he has to be like this subdued, like mousy guy. He's like the literal opposite of who Robin Williams is.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's good slow burn, good quality slow burn.
It reminds me of, in some ways, is it Bryan Cranston who was the dad in Malcolm in the Middle?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then he, like, people were shocked when he was in Breaking Bad and was like a totally different person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I feel like this is what you would think of Robin Williams.
Jim Carrey too in Jim Carrey in he did like a really serious movie. No, Adam Sandler, Punch Drunk Love. He did I think it bombed though. I can't remember. But then he also did a serious role in not Righteous Gemstones. Uncut Gems. That I think he got awards for or something. It was very, very good.
But did Robin Williams get an award for 1 Hour Photo?
No way. No way. They wouldn't have wanted him to do that movie. You know what I mean? They're like, keep making us laugh, funny man. And yeah, I mean that Matthew McConaughey famously was like, he did an interview not that long ago about how he got into like True Detective and Mud, which I think if you haven't seen Mud or Dallas Buyers Club, they're probably his two best movies. And like he turned down like this Hollywood people were like, we want you to play. He was in all these rom-coms. That's how he came up. And they offered him like 9 million, then 10, then 12, then 14. And he just refused. And then he had to sit out basically of Hollywood for a full year. And then he got Mud, which was a masterpiece, I think. That's another slow burn thriller, I think, that most people haven't seen. That's very, very good. Then you got True Detective, which he was in the only good season ever. People talk about True Detective like it's this great show. It was only ever good when it was the season 1. The rest of it was trash. I'm pretty sure the third season, like a black police lady raped one of her male subordinates, if I remember correctly.
Is that a feminism win?
Yeah. Once I heard that, I didn't even watch it.
Oh my goodness.
You don't think
I'm racist. Yeah.
You just don't support a strong black woman.
That's right. Yeah. I don't. I feel like somebody said that. Like they were suddenly like all the cops were black women and then shit was going on. And like, I think I could be wrong. Chat, confirm with me but season 1 was incredible. Dark, brooding, slow burn, everything you want. Yeah, someone chat says Mud was great.
Fire.
Yeah, see, Maggie says season 1 was very good.
Okay.
I think the second season was the black lady in Alaska. No. It wasn't? That was the third season. Third season was garbage. Season 2 was
you're being
Wahlberg, right?
fact checked as we live and breathe.
A black guy and a white guy. Yeah. Donnie Wahlberg wasn't? I forget. Anyway. Yeah, season 4 was Alaska. Okay, season 4, that's when I checked out. But I tend to get bored with shows. No show should be longer than like 3 or 4 seasons. I saw an article this morning where they're like, Walking Dead could run another 15 years. I'm like, that's on still?
The zombie apocalypse show?
I was the biggest Walking Dead fan for the first like 3 or 4 seasons. I think 3. Yeah. And then I was like, okay, you know, this is a lot now.
Stephen Yeun like hiding under that car as like in that first season, like, but you can only get like shocked so many times.
Exactly.
Like comedies I think can run longer because it's like, that's like, I think it's Always Sunny's on like season 15. I started rewatching it and I think I'm on like season 8 or 9 now and it's still funny. But like how many people could Game of Thrones kill off? They ran out of people for me to care about getting killed off. They
don't keep around long enough to form the emotional attachment. I understand.
Yeah, and the same thing was true for Walking Dead. I'm like, they kill off Carl. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not watching this anymore. Like, there's nobody left to give a shit about.
But and sometimes like, it's the actors, right? They're like, they want to move on. Too long.
Yeah,
isn't that why they killed Carl? I
think wanted off, or he wanted to go to school or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is dumb, huge mistake. Should have just wrote it as long because childhood actors, that never
there's no way
translates.
I don't even think he's done anything since.
No, and he won't. He'll never do anything again. Like, look at that chick. Remember on Roseanne, the girl that played Becky?
Yeah.
Like, left the show and they replaced her with a different Becky and like never even addressed it.
They replaced her with a whole different person, but same character?
Yes.
Yeah.
And new Becky went on to be in Scrubs as like the main love interest in Scrubs. Like all this stuff. And it's like, man, was that 4-year university? Was that 4-year education at the University of Minnesota worth like missing out on $100 million? Like,
man, but that was a lie that they told us millennials. Like, college, you got to do it. Your life is ruined if you don't get your degree. And then we got degrees and most of us didn't even use them.
And almost nobody's doing what they got their degree in. Yeah.
I think that we should implement that rule here. Like, if next time one of us has to be absent, I think that we should just say nothing and someone should have to be like new.
Just carry on.
Yeah,
right.
Yes.
Just recast.
I love this. Yeah, I love this bigly.
I need my replacement to be black, please.
Well, I know. I mean, we could bring Gothics in probably.
Okay, there we go.
She's gonna but like they addressed it by talking about the replacement of Darren on Bewitched. Oh, okay. I know they did have some winks and nods to it. I remember there was like a wink to it, like Roseanne said something like, gosh, it's like you're a totally different person. And then like looked at the camera. Like there was like, they replaced Aunt Viv on Fresh Prince too. And because she was too uppity, I guess, is what she says. She's always been bitter about it. But like
thus proving there she's too uppity point.
Right. Well, and it's like, hey, maybe shut up and take your check, lady. Like you're like the eighth most important character on the TV show. Was it worth it? Has she been in anything since then? Not that I can name. You know, like I know that new Aunt Viv was on Fresh Prince for another 7 years. Try a dark song. It's usually free. It's a slow burn. It's a dark occult with a Christian message. Melanie Mack will not know how to feel about it.
I'll look into it. If
dark
it's got
song,
a Christian message, I do like dark stuff. As long as that dark stuff's being portrayed as, hey, these are the bad guys. Like as long as they're not, oh, evil is good. Like I don't want to see that. But I do like dark.
That's why I also, by the way, you'll never get a movie recommendation from me in a movie where everyone dies. I fucking hate those movies. Oh, I hate it. You know what movie ruined it for?
I think that even with the Avengers stuff, Infinity War, where
that was cool, but you knew they weren't really dead.
Ended it there. If they ended it there and not had Endgame, and it was like, okay, in this universe, this is what happened.
Yeah,
Thanos won. I would have been like, and that's what I thought at first. I was like, what?
The second they're like the Pym particle, I'm like, oh, time travel is the laziest bullshit ever in movies. I hate it. It's like, oh, we're just going to bring everyone back. So there's no stakes. I remember releasing a video after that and I was like raging because that's why I hate Marvel. There's no fucking stakes.
That's true.
Like it's like during Endgame even, like it's like 10 guys versus 100,000 and nobody dies except for Robert Downey Jr. and they give him a hero's death anyway. Like, I'm like, no, dude, like half of you should have died. Like, you kidding me? Like, nobody dies whatsoever, including like lame side characters you couldn't have killed off, like somebody. No, they just got everyone out there. Pepper Potts out there, completely untouched. You know, everybody's out there fighting and nobody dies. I'm like, I hate that. By the way, House of a Thousand Corpses ruined movies like that for me. Like, remember, like I think at the very end, the one girl's just about to escape, and she comes out of the hatch door, and they're just waiting for her, and they just kill her. I'm like, I just wasted 2 hours. Like, there's nobody who makes it out alive. Like, I don't like those. Unless I suppose it's like Friday the 13th or like Nightmare on Elm Street, where you just know, like
Jeepers Creepers and all that. Like, how do you feel about those types of movies?
I don't like them. Because somebody's got to make it. Otherwise, I just invested no time. I'm not saying like, that's just my opinion. I'm not saying it makes it a good or bad movie. I don't
enjoy it. Yeah.
I like to hope, I like to pull for at least somebody to make it out. There's a reason there's like the Survivor Girl trope, you know, like somebody's got to make it.
Right.
Did I like The Mist? It's one of the good Stephen King adaptations. Yes, I did like it. Even the TV, I think they played it on TV, like where they were in the grocery store and stuff. Like, it was pretty intense. It was too long, but it was pretty good. Stephen King hasn't really written anything good in 30 years. And even then, if you look back, like the longer that guy's alive, the more I think he's overrated. Like, okay, Pet Sematary. Have you even watched that movie? It's not very good. And then you have like, It is obviously very good. I'm looking forward to Welcome to Dairyland. It's like an It prequel that starts next week. That could be pretty good. Is it a show
or a movie?
It's a show.
Interesting.
Which I thought was weird because they did Castle Rock, which is a show that was based on all of Stephen King's characters, like loosely existing in the same kind of universe. It was very interesting, but it got canceled after 1 year. So I'm like, well, they're doing this now too. If Castle Rock didn't work and they had his entire catalog, like, I don't know if it's going to make it, but I don't know. The Mist inspired Silent Hill. I don't know if that's true. Is that seems unlikely.
I've not heard that.
There's nothing in Silent Hill in The Mist that's killing you. Whereas in Stephen King, there is. Like, Silent Hill is just, there's mist. I guess I could be wrong.
There is the fog. There's that, I guess.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Yeah. Okay, he's not an author. He's an author, not a filmmaker. Right. But I'm saying, like, what's the difference between It, the movie, and It, his book? A childhood gangbang. So I'm fine watching the movie, not reading his book, his child pornography book or whatever. I don't know how old they were supposed to be, but I think they all banged the
No,
girl.
they're young. They're like
13, 14, 15, right? And they all banged this.
I think
they all banged the one girl.
I could be wrong, but I think they're like 4th graders or something.
Whoa. Oh, okay. Yeah. Am I wrong? Did they had sex?
I
they
think
had sex
you're
in the
right.
sewer.
I think I've seen on Twitter people posting about it.
Yeah.
This is like a thematic thing that comes up with King. Like he has like weird sex scenes for children in a lot of his books.
What a coincidence. And he's a Democrat. But I suppose.
Yeah, who would have guessed?
Yeah. We should get into the show. I do have a super quick. I'm really glad to have a super quick word from a new sponsor for the show before we get into all the girls in bikinis, which I picked specifically for this show because I knew, that is what Melanie prefers to talk about.
Estrocast,
Yeah.
We like our fashion.
Yeah. Speaking of purity, check out Cove Pure. Have you thought about what's in your tap water?
Transition.
I used to not care at all, but after reading some pretty shocking studies, I've done a 180 on that. And that's why I make sure to purify my water using Cove Pure. So what's in these studies? There's a research paper showing how atrazine, a common pesticide, can disrupt hormones in frogs, or more specifically, complete feminization and chemical castration. And yes, this pesticide has been known to run into drinking water. My family is important to me, and I don't plan on taking any risks. That's why we rely on Cove Pure to remove these nasty contaminants from our drinking water. And just look how great it looks. You plug it in, no drilling, holes, or calling a plumber even. And you can select whatever temperature you want. So if you like your water cold, or you're a tea person, like my wife is, you don't have to wait for the kettle to boil. Just tap a button and you get it instantly. There are many other cheaper water filters on the market, but those don't filter out the tiniest particles like Cove Pure does. One of those particles is fluoride, which the government conveniently adds to the water supply. RFK Jr. understands the science and wants it banned because it may lower the IQ of your children. The government says fluoride is just for healthy teeth, but then why do they force you to ingest it? Sounds like some sort of vaccine mandate where you don't have any choice at all. But the good news is you do have a choice. Pure drinking water is one of the best investments you can make, and I'm happy to share that Cove Pure is giving my audience a massive special discount of $200 if you use my link. So click the link below or go to covepure.com/quartering to get it now. All right. Shout out Cove Pure. Thanks for
shout out the Mrs. the Quartering lore in that ad. That was
that's
great.
Right. Mm-hmm. She likes like cinnamon tea. I don't know. It smells good, but it tastes bad. I don't love it. But yeah, don't let your frogs be gay, folks. Don't let the government make you. Anyway, well, I like filtering my water. And if you can't get like a whole house system, this thing sits right on your counter. I have it downstairs in my bar. It's pretty nice. But I wanted to see if you girls notice anything in this photograph from last night's Victoria's Secret. Is there anything missing?
Is that a pregnant woman?
Yes, this is. I believe this woman is pregnant.
What?
Yeah.
Got a pregnant lady.
I'm actually fine with that.
I'm not. I don't like the idea of them sexualizing a pregnant woman. It's so weird. Like,
well, yeah, but she's wearing like a tasteful thing.
I guess. I don't know. It's so weird. I don't know. Because, like, pregnant woman.
Damn it, Melanie. Just say no fatties.
Okay, you know what? At least with the other women, there's the implication that they're single or whatever.
Yeah.
But with the pregnant woman, that's like somebody's woman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is she walking like that for all these men to look at her like that?
That
like,
one is fair. I agree with you on the like. But are you married? Question mark. Where's your husband? But I will say, I like the idea that they are tying pregnancy and having children back into like sex appeal.
Okay,
right?
okay.
Like, you know what I mean? It's not just like
I get what you're saying.
You know, free flowing sex. It's like, and then you have a baby. Like, okay, Victoria's Secret. I don't mind pronatalist propaganda.
Melanie, you completely let me down.
I have to ruin everything. Yeah, I ruined it.
They even had. Mary shared this. Covering up the plus size model with a huge denim jacket is such a telling moment. Now, I was just like, yeah, we're so back. Now, granted, I would not call this girl plus size.
No, I don't don't think she's. Yeah.
But she's
She's a little thick.
She's like a famous plus size model, I thought.
she's not. I mean, look, she's a Wisconsin 9 all day. Like, but like she's got a little bit of like the top is fine, but she's got.
She actually looks really good, I think.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't like this look on women. It's like
What, the jacket?
no, well, no, the jacket looks ridiculous. But like the skinny top with huge thighs and ass.
Oh, well, yeah, she can't really do anything about that.
Bullshit. She could get on the stair climber.
Well, yeah,
Dressed
she
in a
can just
different
get.
outfit.
No, I mean like her body fat distribution. She's a
Oh,
pear
right,
shape.
right.
You seem to be very anti-pear shape. I've noticed
I
on this.
am anti-pear.
Whoa,
That's the thing. And then if she got slim on the like when
She
people
would
have
lose her
that much
boobs
of a
if she got
disparity,
thin,
yeah,
I
then
think.
she would have
Yeah.
no boobs and be like really. So yeah, that is pear shaped slander from Jeremy all day.
Down with the pears. But like, I mean, but like, look at everybody. They're skinny.
Right?
Everybody's skinny, and they put the troon in the back.
They had this whole like we're
Truth's in the
re-embracing
back.
sexiness or something, right? That was like
Yeah, yeah. This is like, we are so back.
This is
And that-
definitely a lot better than. I think it's a lot better than what we've seen as of late. And for the most part, I think for a Victoria's Secret fashion show, it's a lot more tasteful too. It's not too. It's not. It's not too overboard. It's pretty tasteful.
Yeah.
And you don't have a bunch of like, oh, let's get this representation, that representation, check marks, and all of this gay stuff or all of this fat positivity. I think this looks pretty good for the most part.
This is on the heels of the original Hooters ownership yesterday buying back the company and committing to fresher ingredients, a cleaner menu, and a return of its female servers and original uniforms of hot pants and low-cut white tops.
oh my gosh, Hooters is about to bring in the keto gym bro crowd. They
Oh,
are
the
ready.
world
Oh,
is
no.
healing. Now, I don't eat at Hooters, and I'll tell you why. I feel like a skis going there.
I
Granted-
don't think Hooters is good for society. I don't. I've got to be that wet blanket right now.
I knew you were going to be.
I
yeah.
don't think
Pregnant,
it's a
Melanie.
win.
Would that be okay?
I don't. I
Yeah, what if they're pregnant and serving food?
no. I don't. I think that this is just reversing the slippery slope a little more, and then it's just gonna keep. We're gonna keep going down that slope. I don't think we should be promoting outright object.
Okay, so Hannah Claire, what do you think about how awesome it is that Hooters bringing back hot chicks in scantily? Oh,
Hang on,
sorry,
I
she
gotta
just dropped
find-
out there. I don't know what happened there.
Really quick, I forgot what I was supposed to say when you.
No, Melanie, I'm being
I
tongue
gotta
in
bring
cheek.
in the Christian values.
Yeah.
I gotta bring them. I gotta stand by my Christian values. It is what it is.
Look, I think we all know what the objections to Hooters are. I just think it's fascinating that this is like, how do we revive this business? And after the crazy lady who's trying to paint Cracker Barrel and the Budweiser mishap, like it's interesting that they're like, what if we just went back to the way we were and marketed to men? Now, ethically, like, do we need to have girls in skimpy clothing serving you a burger? Like, probably not. But it is interesting that after so many fumbles, they're like, you know what? If we just had good-looking girls serving good food, maybe we could save this business.
No, yeah, I think if they, I just don't like Hooters in general. But I'm thinking if you think basic restaurant, they prefer to hire attractive servers. That makes sense. I get it. That's good.
Well,
but I just
go ahead.
don't like I think Hooters is it's a bit much.
You're not a fan of
I like
the-
getting to Christian values, and I think that outright Hooters is. I mean, this is a place too that a lot of married men are going there, and it's not right. It's not. I mean, it's even for single men going there. It's not good. It's definitely detracting from, biblically speaking, values relating to marriage and how God established love and all of that between a husband and a wife. And I think that Hooters is is a borderline light prostitution of the eyes, is what it is.
Wait, Jeremy, will you go back to what the page you were on before? Because part of their quote is
it is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Part of the quoted statement they had said they're like showing it's the last line, renewed commitment to family and community.
Yeah.
Like, you don't think they're showing
family? Excuse me. Hold up. I was being pretty nice. Now you're gonna say family?
Yeah.
Bring the wife, the kids, and they can see their teenage babysitter serving in the micro uniform.
Hooters and family? Like, no, when I think of Hooters and the type of men that go to Hooters, I'm thinking usually married men who are like cheating on their wives, or at least
I think that's a little unfair.
That's usually what I picture going there for the most part. I don't picture no like good quality, good man going to Hooters. I don't.
Well, that's why I said I've been there like twice and I felt skeezy both times I was there.
Right.
But the idea is like, look, Melanie is clearly not a fan of the restaurant. I don't necessarily have a problem with it, but like I remember I was at a business meeting and they took me out to like Tilted Kilt, which is the same kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, but the food isn't good. And I was like, that was my problem. I'm like, yeah, the girls are hot, but the food isn't good. And I'm not eating them. So like, why are the chicken wings $17.99 for 6? Like, I think that
you brought over this scantily clad waitress and you're like, explain to me this pricing. I don't like it at all.
I knew what I was paying for.
I'm just here for a lot of tips.
Yeah, I knew what I was paying for, but I was like, this does not appeal to me. And also like the scantily clad thing, like it feels unhygienic to me. Like, I don't know why. Like, it just feels like eating. I've been to strip clubs before where there are buffets and I see people eating at them and I was like, ew, well, how could you eat here? But like, I don't, in a prior life, long ago, Melanie. But
wait until we tell Mrs. the Quartering about this.
She knows. Look, guys go to bachelor parties, it's the thing. But I remember going to a bachelor party and they had I walked in and there was like a buffet and I saw these old timers like eating it. I'm like, you're eating food in a strip club? Like, yuck.
Isn't that like a stereotype? Like the food at strip club is really good or something?
Yeah, I mean,
the same thing like you read Playboy for the articles. Like, I guess there could be a good article, but I don't think that's why you bought it.
Yeah, I'm not sure I haven't been to enough strip clubs to quantify that. I've only ever been to one that had food at it, and every other one I've ever been to did not have food. But I will say, you know, for me, the restaurant is kind of like, I mean, Buffalo Wild Wings is doing just fine. You know, and they're basically the exact same model that Hooters is. Like, I go by there on a Sunday and it's jam-packed. Right. Jam-packed. Now, maybe it's a Midwest thing, but fucking Hooters on football Sundays is jam-packed. You go there on a UFC night, it's jam-packed. You go there on a boxing night, it's jam-packed. So I don't think you necessarily need the Hooters girls. I'm less offended by it because I'm only like 5 weeks into my Christian journey at this point. But like,
yeah,
I understand
Christian values. Like secular people who aren't living Christian lifestyles, of course they're not going to see anything wrong with it, and I can't expect them to see anything wrong with it if they're not Christians. It's just like, as a Christian, I'm going to be promoting Christian values, and I can't promote that as a Christian. I can't.
But they're committed to family and community, Melanie. They hate family and community.
See, and this is the thing is when they make statements like this, oh, we're committed to the family and the community, it's really making, like, we spoke out against the drag queen story hours, things like that, for example, and they're like, oh, but you're okay with kids being at Hooters, and us on the conservative side, we're like, no, we're not. And so now Hooters saying we're committed to family, if people are jumping on this side and saying, oh yeah, family values, bringing families to Hooters, to me, that is on the same spectrum as letting your kid go to drag queen story hour. Sure. It just is. Yeah.
And I would assume it's similar to like, if you were struggling with like porn, right? Or corn or whatever we're allowed to call it on the
it's all porn. We don't make any money on any of the other platforms. Yeah.
You wouldn't then be like, oh, well, but you can, it's a loophole if you go to Hooters, right? Like either way, it's activating the same parts of your brain.
Look, ladies. All right. I get it. But also, like, it's on the scale of, like, I wouldn't say it's pornography either. Like on a
No, it's
scale,
not
it's
pornography.
pretty
It's
fucking
promoting,
tame.
it's
pretty
promoting
tame.
lust, though. Like it
Fine,
outright promotes
fine,
lust. If
fine.
it's like, hey, here at Applebee's, we only hire hot people, but they're dressed normal, I'd be like, okay, fine. If Applebee's just wants to hire hot people, great, I get it. But if you're like outright promoting Hooters, like centered around boobs, and it's like very intentionally lust centered, that's where it's too far for me as a Christian personally. But
That's
again,
fine.
secular people, I can't tell them what to do. I'm just saying, as a Christian, I don't support it.
Now,
I like the return to if we're trying to bring in male customers, we don't need to bring in a trans person to promote the beer or whatever. Like I like that aspect. I agree with Melanie.
Right.
Like promotion of lust, there's obviously some ethical conflicts. I am still, and everyone's gonna be tired of this, stuck on renewed commitment to family and community. Like, are they gonna have like something they're like a charity they're raising money for? Are they gonna pass out crayons? Like, what are we doing?
But if you follow Hooters lore, they have always claimed to be a family restaurant. Like this is something they've always said, and I'm
That's
like,
gross. For me,
it's
that's
not.
gross.
It's
That
not a
is
family
gross.
restaurant. I would never take my kids there.
Yeah.
Look, to be honest with you, if I want to be turned on while I eat chicken, I'll go to a strip club then. Like, there's no need for me to have a Hooters. I'll just go to a strip club and eat chicken
Also,
there.
you're married. Like,
That's
this
the point.
personal
Is
stuff, you know?
it's Hooters for people who feel too icky at a strip club, so they need some sort of in between where it's like,
Is it the gateway drug to a strip
yeah,
club?
it's like
If
a
you're
gateway drug. It's like, okay, so they're still doing something, morally, I mean, biblically speaking would be wrong, but it's not as bad as a strip club, so they feel a little better about it.
Fine. By the way, I just got such a nice text from my neighbor. My neighbor's moving. I only have one neighbor. And he's like, just letting you know, I'm vacating the house today. We'll be back the first weekend, I won't say when, to visit some family, and I want to give you a proper goodbye. No longer neighbors, but friends for life, I hope. New people won't be moving in for a while. They're good people. I looked them up. They're registered Republicans, so we're good.
The new people are?
Yeah.
The neighborhood's staying good.
I looked them up, and they're registered
So
Republicans.
no blue hairs to knock on your door?
No.
Okay.
I mean, now I'm the old head. So, like, we share this plot of land. We're the only two people here. When I moved in, it's kind of like I had to check with him. Like, I wanted to repave the driveway, but we share the driveway. So it's like, hey, the driveway's kind of shitty. I know you're in Florida for 6 months of the year, but like, I want to get it repaved. But now I'm like the guy. So now I get to be like, hey, we're repaving this driveway. It looks like shit. Like, it looks like,
This is your neighbor. You're the sheriff now.
Yeah. Now I get to set the standards at which, we mow the trees back or we cut back, and I can be like, hey man, your tree branches are a little wild on the
You're
driveway.
like
Can you
the
get that
informal
fixed?
HOA president, but it's better because it's a collective mindset as opposed to like a fake elected board.
Right. Yeah. Well, no, I mean, look, I'm the guy that's going to have to call the fire department for you. No one else is gonna. So you got to get along.
You
That's
better make me happy. Trim those trees, or it's going to be a long
my
time till I
phone,
find my phone.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have service. Our sergeant says he was the priest in Constantine. Oh yeah, yes.
How long ago?
His death was so sad. He like beat alcoholism, and then the devil made him drink, and then he didn't know what was going in his mouth. That was such a brilliant cinematic decision. And Constantine does not get enough credit. It's one of my favorite movies. Yeah, it's one of mine too. Yes. I saw it in the theater. I remember going to the theater, and I was living in Madison at the time because we were in college. And I remember walking out of the theater with my wife. I went on like opening day, and I was like, it sucks that this movie's going to bomb. Because like Madison's a huge city, and there was like fucking nobody in the theater on like a Friday at 6 o'clock. I was like, that movie was so good. I know they're talking about doing a sequel. I wish they wouldn't. I wish they would have done a sequel 20 years ago.
I think they actually are in the middle of it right now. Like the script is almost done. I don't have a lot of hope for it though.
Yeah. The first one was so good.
Yeah.
Like he like when God, like the devil's trying to drag him away, and then God makes him weigh like 1 million pounds. Like it was so cool. And then like
great.
Yeah, he slits his wrist so he can't light a cigarette. Like it was just it was so cool.
Amazing.
The Engaged Chief says, have you guys seen Good Morning Vietnam? Yes. Robin's radio show scenes were all ad-libbed. Yeah, I believe that. The engaged few also says they address it by, I got that one. Dave Doris says, Jeremy, did you like The Miss? I got that. K.Ray says, Melanie's recommendations is why I let my daughter watch K-pop Demon Hunters. And yes, it was good. Oh, not another one.
I love K-pop Demon Hunters. It's so great.
Our sergeant says, Hooters has great crab legs. They catch them fresh off the waitresses every morning. Mr. Wad says, question for Mel. If a girl working at Hooters keeps her from having an OnlyFans, is that okay? Well,
No.
I mean,
It's still not good. I mean, is it less or
I knew it.
of
I knew that's what
two?
she was going to say.
But is it still good? No. Like, that girl needs to be in church and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're both bad.
yeah, they're both bad.
You Win with Christ says, my wife surprised me and took me to Hooters for the first time while she was 7 months pregnant. I looked down at the floor the whole time. I knew better than to look up. I agree with both of you. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm saying I don't think it's a big deal, but I don't go there. Like I said, I went there one time and I felt wildly uncomfortable. Like, I was just like,
I like this. I knew better than to look up. Like his 7-month pregnant wife surprised him. AKA
she wanted you to look at him. Yeah. She's like, hey, check out these jumblies. Well, women do be setting traps. I mean,
That would be crazy.
That's just playing with fire.
you
in
don't
my
have to pick
opinion.
me up from the hospital. I can drive home. Don't worry about it. Trust me, fellas.
Not picking up your wife from the hospital? Are you crazy?
Look, she said she didn't need me to pick her up. And the doctor said, and I've been paying for that ever since.
Because probably you should.
Well,
Sorry, you just wanted her to drive herself home from a hospital? She had to go to a hospital for any reason? You're like, you got it, take an Uber.
She wanted you to
So
want
anyway,
to
so,
take
oh,
her.
she
She
got-
wanted you to want to pick her up from the hospital. That was it. She didn't want to ask you to do it. She wanted you to want to do it.
Yes.
well, I didn't
It's like
want
the
to
pumpkin
because I had
patch.
other stuff to. I had
Wait,
other
does
stuff
Melanie
to
know
do.
about the pumpkin patch? Because she wasn't here on
Wait,
Tuesday.
what?
Or
Pumpkin
Monday.
patch?
Oh, the pumpkin patch.
He wronged Mrs. the Quartering.
Oh no.
We were supposed to go to the pumpkin patch, and she apparently told me that they closed at 5:30. I did not hear this. And I was like, well, I want to go to the guitar store to pick up. They were setting up. I got a new guitar. I needed them to do some changes to it. So that was ready to get picked up. And I was like, okay, can we go to the guitar store first? Because it's in Milwaukee and I didn't want to get stuck in rush hour traffic. She did not at that point remind me that the pumpkin patch closed at 5:30. We arrived at the guitar store at 5 o'clock, thus rendering the possibility of said pumpkin patch impossible. So, and then she was kind of like, well, I told you they closed at 5:30. I'm like, oh, would come the fuck on. So like now, yeah, and now we
You
haven't
thought
been.
you guys were going on a fun date to the pumpkin patch, and it was a priority for you. And then you were like, I've got errands to run. Forget the
Yeah.
pumpkin patch.
I'm going to take her tomorrow. If she's feeling up to it, I will take her tomorrow.
Oh,
And,
there you go.
But I believe that she told me they closed at 5:30, but I clearly had forgotten because we left here at like 4. There's no way I would have thought, hey, we should go to the guitar store first because it takes an hour to get there. But I was just like, it just slipped my mind, and she probably didn't want to make me mad or upset me because she knows I have a few pet peeves. I know it's crazy, but one of them is like my schedule. Like I am like, I have like Asperger's. So like part of that is from like,
Tylenol.
yeah, it's from Tylenol. Yeah. Damn you, mom. No, my mom was like hardcore and she was pregnant. She quit smoking. Like she was like a 2-pack a day smoker.
So
She-
hardcore.
That was a big deal in the 80s.
That was a big deal then. That's true.
Yeah,
Back
like-
in the day when she was pregnant.
Yeah,
It was
like
hardcore.
when if you quit smoking in the 80s, like you were ahead of the science.
That's true. That's true.
And then like she quit, and then like the day after she got right back on the grits, and I was like, I don't know if it was the day after, but like she knew
She's
she knew
holding a
enough.
newborn.
Yeah. We didn't know about secondhand smoke back then.
They lay you on her chest and
Yeah.
she's like,
Ugh.
"Give me a cigarette."
You could smoke in the
Yes,
hospital
the
back then, by
classic
the way.
Post-birth cigarette. People love that.
Girls, you could smoke in the hospital back then. Just so we're clear.
Doctors
Wow.
would smoke in the hospital.
Right.
Yeah.
So like,
Different world. It was a different time.
yeah. Moon Rocka says, Hooters used to be the Chuck E. Cheese for us Navy guys. The girls entertain the
Said
crowds.
cookie cheese.
Oh yeah, Cucky cheese. The girls used to be the Cucky cheese for us guys. The girls entertain the crowds. and the wing and fry baskets were huge and beer on tap. It was more of a bachelor party vibe. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't think you're a bad person if you go there, but I do agree that, you know, if you are concerned about being anywhere near the Bible, you shouldn't probably be attending a place where the explicit intent is to be lustful.
You got it. That was so well said. I love it. See, look at that. You're Christian. You got more Christian points. I see the fruit. I see it. This is great.
The Firehead said, did not like Constantine the first watch. Watched it again, and it was better than I remembered. Yeah, I don't know why people didn't like it. I remember walking out of the theater. I was like, damn, that was one of the best movies I've ever seen. And that was like pre-Keanu Love Fest.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, oh, it's still my second favorite movie, probably. I love it.
It's definitely a rewatch for me.
That was before everybody started simping for Keanu as much.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That was, they didn't start simping for Keanu till John Wick.
Right.
Then it was like, actually, maybe after The Matrix, because those stories came out that he bought all the...
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's all the like nice guy Keanu stuff that like really did it in for people.
Yeah, well, I know. I heard his marriage is on the rocks, though. I
thought he wasn't married. I thought he was with this.
He's with like this old lady, and like
she's technically younger than him, but she does look older than him.
She is younger. Okay, yeah.
Well, she looks like 20 years older than him, though. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. Like I
always give him credit. Yeah, he could do better, but he chose to stay with Love. And I was like, look at Keanu at the all-time peak. At his all-time peak, he could be slaying 20-year-olds, and he's with this 80-year-old woman, which is how old I thought she was. Age appropriate, yeah. And but now I thought I read somewhere that maybe they weren't together anymore. But
no!
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not. I thought I read that somewhere, but I was like, this guy's the total package. Like his wife is like an artist, and he's like never had a cheating scandal. He's never
later in life, right? They got together in the past like couple years, decades.
I think
maybe.
so. Yeah.
No.
All I know is that he had a baby daughter that died when she was like very young or something like that.
That's
and
true.
That has always made me sad.
Yeah. Peckman, good afternoon, Jeremy, Melanie, Hannah Claire. Are you all prepared for the No Kings Whiners to be out on Saturday? I don't have to deal with that shit because I live in Wisconsin. Like,
yeah, I live in Texas.
I don't have to. Like, if I went into like the state capitol, his first wife died.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you said his baby died.
It was like his fiance. I think she died when she was pregnant with his kid.
I think so.
Ooh.
It's something like really heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That's rough. Yeah. So, yeah. Shout out Keanu. Look, if you want to upgrade, I'm not going to hold it against you, but hopefully it's just an internet story. Devil's Advocate was best. Yeah, that was one of my first movie boobs too. I remember that. There was a movie. There was a little too much sex in that movie, but he was pretty good in that.
Look at him go.
Look at that.
Corn Pop says, please unblock me on your Hambly channel. I don't block people on my YouTube channels, so I don't know. I've seen you've been spamming that in chat, but I see your comments in chat. I don't know what you're talking about.
Probably just YouTube's automatic like filtering comments and stuff. They do that. Even when you tell it not to, it still does.
I tried to start like one day I was like in the throes of sober October. I was like, okay, well, what can I do to distract myself? I'm like, I'm gonna take care of all these bots.
Yeah.
So like I uploaded a video because usually I upload a video and I get like 100 comments instantly and they're all from bots.
Right.
And I'm like going through, I just couldn't keep up with it and I gave up. So I don't know what is going on with YouTube, the YouTube comment section, but I'm very close to just shutting it off because it's just like there's so little value there now because it's completely overrun by AI bots. But Corn Pop, I know you, so like I wouldn't have banned you, and I didn't even do that on that channel.
Right?
What's that?
If you're seeing him, I mean, I guess this is a different
I see him. Yeah, I see him in the comments, so he's there. Ryan Kirschmeyer says, I'm way behind, but the guy in the movie is Pruitt Taylor Vince. He was really good in The Cell. Yes, he was good in The Cell too. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, he's really good. He's got like a really narrow lane, but he kills it in that role. His wife / child and best friend River Phoenix all died. Yeah, maybe that's probably why he is the way he is.
Oh yeah,
he's had some real shit in his life. Yeah. Doug Gardner says, I got that. Who is your favorite member of the Beastie Boys? I like some Beastie Boys
I don't
songs.
even know them individually. Yeah, I like Beastie Boys, but I don't know
Ad-Rock,
them
maybe,
individually. Yeah.
you know. One of them had throat cancer.
Oh no.
And I don't know if he died or not. I don't know. Like I like the Beastie Boys like everyone did who was a 90s kid, but
Right.
I'm not like I don't like throw on Beastie Boy records. Like I might put on a song
Same.
or two. You
Same.
know? Sir Squat says, what's your opinion on the second Ghost Rider movie? Was there even a first one?
I only watched the first one and didn't like it.
yeah. I think Mike D. Yeah, I mean Mike, I don't know. They're probably all woke trash anyway, so I don't know. I'll play like No Sleep or Intergalactic. They were not like, I wasn't a hardcore Beastie Boys fan. They were really cool though.
I love Brass Monkey.
I hope
Yeah, Brass
watch
Monkey's
the
one.
show. I hope at least one of however many Beastie Boys there are.
I'm gonna get
is
an
watching
email
currently.
from an angry Beastie Boy like, what the fuck, man? I'm not woke.
If you are watching one or multiple Beastie Boys, please come on the show. That would be fascinating.
Oh, I'd love to have you. Yeah, definitely destroy your entire career by showing up on a small podcast.
Destroy their career, you know?
Well, maybe.
Very
But I
negative way to
do.
think about our contribution to the internet.
Speaking of which, I have another. I'm excited, happy to share another quick word from. In this case, it's going to be Perplexity. Out to this video's sponsor.
Yes, it's
How much time do you spend every day on a web browser? How much time do you spend clicking around online, searching, scrolling, typing, endless tabs? It's a lot, right? Well, there's a new AI browser from Perplexity called Comet that's completely changing the way you're able to interact with your browser. Using Comet feels like having a personal assistant living in your web browser that can actually do things for you across the internet. Yes, do things, not just give you answers. You can ask Comet to handle tasks for you, and it literally clicks, types, searches, and scrolls just like you would to get things done for you in the background while you go about your day. Comet can shop for you, make reservations, book travel, summarize articles or videos, send emails, schedule meetings, and a lot more to make your life easier. Let me show you how it works. Look, you guys know I publish 5, 6, 7 videos a day and do several live streams. Comet has made my life a lot easier in doing my research, finding stories for the day, summarizing stuff, setting up things to remind me about topics I want to do the next day. It's been amazing. The whole thing is really cool, right? Download Perplexity's new AI browser, Comet, by heading to pplx.ai/thequartering. The link will be in the description too. Let your browser work for you right now. Plus, when you download Comet, you get a month of Rumble Premium for free. That's pplx.ai/quartering. Go now and take back your time online. Yeah, thank you to Perplexity. I do want to also bring up this topic here. Matt Walsh is calling for unity on the right, and I am a de-unifier in chief. So I wanted to get your guys' takes.
See, I'm kind of a de-unifier as well.
That's why I saved it
I have
for
to
you.
be unifier?
That's right, Hannah Claire. You're the unifier. But
I'm anti-Big Tent.
Yep, you are big. Yep, you are big. That's why I saved this for your day.
Okay.
Let the people know where they can find your stuff first, and how they, what you guys got coming up for content before we move into this topic.
Melanie, you go first. We
All
missed you on
right.
Tuesday.
You guys can find me at Bible Time with Melanie Mack on pretty much all the social medias. I've got Bible verse of the day every day, as well as general Bible topics and stuff. And then you can find my gaming streams. Just search Melanie Mack Gaming Streams on YouTube. It's Spooktober. And so I've been playing a bunch of spooky games. So good times. Hope to see y'all there.
You guys can find my stuff on Rumble and YouTube. It's Hannah Claire B in both places. I do videos on the news, some pop culture, some thoughts on things. I appreciate all of you guys who've been watching my stuff and checking it out. I'll have a new video up in maybe a day or so. And you can find me on X, Hannah Claire B there as well. So thanks so much. Jeremy, what are you talking about? Or are we going straight to de-unifying? You're right.
Well, one thing I will ask people out there in the audience, if you haven't yet, please join our members Discord. It's extraordinarily helpful to supporting the show. You get access directly to me. Other staff members are in the Discord chat. We've got Halloween contests for costumes and pumpkin carving going on with real prizes going on in there. We've got a first time moms group, a dad's group, a book club, fantasy football. It's just a really cool place to hang out. And you support the channel by doing so. If you don't want to do that, you can also join Rumble Premium. We get the exact same number of dollars either way. And if you join Rumble Premium, you get no ads on Rumble. And that link is in the description below. So either Rumble Premium using our link or thequartering.com/join would be immensely helpful as we head into the fall season here. Matt Walsh has been kind of calling for, and JD Vance apparently, have been kind of calling for unity on the right. Before I kind of poison the well, which I don't really want to do because it's just my opinion, it doesn't matter. I think there's a distinction between kind of this fake, everyone has to disavow these conservatives who were memeing in a private Telegram group chat, and this kind of direct call that we've seen, I think twice now out of Matt, where I think it was right after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, if I remember correctly, and then now again. I don't believe in not criticizing people on the right just because they're also conservative. Mm-hmm. I understand what he's saying, and I'd probably have a bigger show and bigger guest if I subscribe to that line of thinking. But let's not pretend like Matt Walsh hasn't many times in the past criticized other conservative commentators. He's done entire segments about myself, for example. So I think it's a little weird coming from him to suddenly be like, hey, we got to stop criticizing each other. If he's just exclusively talking about the political thing, yeah, I don't give a shit about this group chat. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I'm not going to disavow some people. Well, from what I understand, they were like, well, they're calling us Nazis, so yeah, I love Hitler or whatever. Like, it was like sarcastic stuff. Mm-hmm. But like, I don't think that conservatives win with the big tent, but they do win elections. So that's I don't know. So like, what do you two think of this kind of call to, I don't, I've said my piece. I think you should be able to, I mean, if Matt says something stupid about anime or video games again, right, I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to call it stupid because he also voted for Trump. That's stupid.
Exactly. This is definitely a bit of a heel turn for him because he has in the past. Look at what happened with the RNC. Whenever that that Muslim or not
Buddhist
Muslim,
or whatever she
was, Hindu, prayed to that demon up on the stage. He spoke against that. He spoke against that OnlyFans girl, all that stuff. And he took a lot of heat for that. I also spoke against those things and took a lot of heat for it. And so he was willing to take like that Christian stance and say, you know what? Let's not pee in the pool here with all of this trash. Like conservatism, like what are you conserving? And when you really look at, I mean, there's a big difference between secular conservatives and Christian conservatives. And I don't think we can be united. Like, yes, is a secular conservative a lesser evil than a straight up transgender advocate liberal? I think so, but even then they can get really extreme on things as well. And I just know as a Christian, my values are going to be in line with the Bible, and the Bible says we cannot unite with evil. And so if you have these people that just say, okay, yeah, I'm going to be a gay conservative, I'm gay MAGA, I'm gay Republican, I'm transgender Republican, I'm OnlyFans Republican, let's all have these people praying to the beef god at the RNC. It's like, wait a minute, let's not. I think that we need to stand firm with the Christian values. The conservative movement needs to look to Christ and needs to stand on Christian values, and that is the only way we truly win. Because can you technically on paper beat the libs? Yes, but if you are not promoting Christian values and you're letting a bunch of evil in the tent, it's just not going to work. You're not actually winning.
Before I go to Hannah Claire, I think that this is a lazy man's out. Like, if you think we can't, like, if being too Christian or too conservative, rather than going big tent, we should be focusing on getting more people to convert or getting more people to become conservative,
right? As
opposed to saying we should let more people in. I took a lot of heat from, there are a lot of gay MAGA people. And they're like, when I said, my position on gay men buying babies is that it should be illegal. Yeah. Like, I got a lot of angry DMs about that. And I'm like, I thought you were one of the good ones. I'm like, bro, like, I didn't say that you're an evil person or that whatever. I just said you shouldn't be able to buy a baby.
Right.
Because a child deserves a mother and a father. Like, why are you even calling yourself the gay conservative? Like, you're not a conservative if you think that.
Yep.
And I just think, like, I do get that there's a level of infighting that I often participate in that's too far.
Right.
But the idea that we shouldn't criticize, I think, is also stupid.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because we're using the term big tent, but once whoever comes into the tent, like, what are we doing in there? And there has to be kind of a shared objective. So you do have to be like, these are the values, and this is the religious orientation that sets our values, and this is where we draw lines. And even if you're a wonderful, wonderful person, you also have to play by these values. You can't just be like, well, I get the caveat because I'm a conservative, but I am this other subgroup of identity. You know, I'm not super offended by the like calling for unity or anything like that. I think there is a little bit of like, you're right. Like if you are someone who regularly criticizes other people, then you can't suddenly be like, but that's too far. You've gone too far. I think the call to be like, stop infighting, or with the Politico article, like, stop commenting on it. Everybody just like hold the line and like don't.
That's what the left does. They just ignore shit till it goes away, and it works.
Like that's the kind of uniting I would like. Like,
yeah,
you know, nobody say anything to a left-wing journalist about this topic at all. Even if you don't like anything that was said in the group chat, or you hate this or whatever, like, just generally look at the sides and be like, we're saying nothing, you know? Like, I would like that kind of unity. I don't think that we all have to agree to never criticize people on your own team. That's unrealistic. Also, I like conservative spaces because often there are people who would maybe vote for the same person to you, but come at it from a different angle, and their difference of opinion is important to hear and potentially learn from, or just to like have a broader scope. I don't want to be monolithic like the left and be like, there's only one way to think all the time. But the big tent thing is just kind of, to me, pointless. Like, yeah, you've gathered up a bunch of people, but now what? I only want people to be evangelizing for values that actually matter and can help our culture. And if you're of any kind of persuasion, but you're loyal to the values, then I'm interested. But if you're like, well, I like the name, but I don't agree with this, and I actually kind of want to bring this from my other party or whatever, you're useless to me.
Somebody in chat asked the age-old question: if the GOP goes, quote, all Christian and excludes everyone else, then the Dems will rule forever. See, but that's not true. This country is actually a majority Christian.
Exactly. It's not true. We are a majority Christian. And if we
time is running out,
we don't stand firm in that, then we're gonna lose that. We're gonna lose that majority Christian if we stop standing on the values of Christianity. And we need to stress how important those values are. And then it's also like our country will not succeed if we are not focused on Christ. We won't. We will fall, just like every great nation has fallen whenever they've turned too far from Christ. We will if we don't keep our focus where it matters. So it's like, if you want to just have two secular parties, it's like, okay, Baphomet versus Moloch, who cares? It's all trash if God is not at the center of it.
Yeah, I mean, like, we could also be promoting what Muslims promote, and like Christians should be trying to outbreed these people. Like, they're helping us right now. They're promoting abortion. I love it for the left. Yes, keep aborting your babies. People who should be having huge Christian families, and that just generates more Christian voters. This is how the Muslims took over the UK, and this is how the Muslims will conquer Europe without a bullet ever fired. People, there's a name for it, but it's in there. It's in the Quran. Like, we can, and also the GOP can have Christian guidelines without being like preachy.
Yeah, we don't have to force everyone to be Christian. Yeah, it's not like, oh, we can't force people to be Christians. I would never want to try to do such a thing. But our values as a country, as a nation, should be Christ-centered. That's the only way we succeed. It is. Yeah.
There was somebody, did you see who was somebody debating yesterday? I feel like it was Myron Gaines and Sneeko. So, okay.
Okay.
But they were arguing over whether or not the Constitution was a Christian doctrine. I'm like, it absolutely was. What are you talking about? Every core tenet of the Constitution of our founding.
Big Muslim frozen.
Big Muslim got me. Yeah, like every core tenet of the Constitution was written with Protestant Christians in mind. This is not up for debate. We are a Christian country.
That's true.
Yeah. And this idea that we can't get back to that is absurd and defeatist. Like, like close the borders, start incentivizing, Christians to have babies, let the left keep killing their babies, and we will outnumber them, and it won't even take that long. It's like, look what the Muslims did to Europe. I mean,
do you think that the general secularization of the American population makes it so that people think that like it kind of like erases how Christian we were as a nation? Like today, you could just be kind of non-religious at all. They forget that at one point in not just America's history, but Europe's history, all kinds of countries, like Christianity was dominant. It was a huge part of everyday life. It was part of the cultural traditions. It wasn't even a question. Now it's like, oh, some people do that in their spare time. I think we forget how woven it is into our history and our customs and our traditions, because in today's day and age, we're tremendously secular.
Well, that's why the Constitution doesn't work if you don't have a Christian nation.
Right.
Because
a lot of stuff doesn't work if you don't have religious.
That's true.
Yep.
But like much of the framework for this country was built with Christianity in mind, and with those core values kind of baked into how we already were. And like, obviously, again, I'm 5 weeks in. I'm not, I'm just, I'm not trying to say everyone has to go to church and whatever. But like, I also don't think that the GOP needs to be like, super hyper religious, but they could have some, some core tenets of Christianity that everybody who even doesn't go to church agrees with. Like, treat people with love and respect is like a Christian core tenet, but it's not like written in the Bible. Like, there's all sorts of stuff that the GOP can adopt, like telling the truth and not lying and these type of things.
That's good.
That could be, presented in a biblical core tenet that can be presented in like hey, these are, good ways, and these are what we want. We don't want, our leaders doing OnlyFans. We don't want we don't want gay people running for office.
Yeah,
we don't
the
want
gay stuff, the transgender stuff, and without and that's
you don't have to say God says. You just say this is what our policy is.
Yeah.
I think, and I don't know if Melanie ever went through this phase, but I grew up in a Christian household. I was Episcopalian growing up. And, I think like a lot of teens, you go through a phase where you're like, well, organized religion isn't cool, or it's got issues. And like, yeah, all kinds of institutions have issues. But, ultimately, I think as an adult, or it's like more mature person, you come back to it because you're like, the institutions, while imperfect at times, also give us something to pass down and to fall back on. Like when you have a moral quandary in your life, we all have them. You get to go to the Bible, you get to go to religious leaders who you trust, you get to go to maybe other members of your parish and say like, I'm struggling with this. You come from the same walk of life. We have shared values. We have shared cultural traditions. How do I move forward? And I think that is the thing that actually we unwittingly gave up when people started to be like, well, I don't need God. I don't need religion. We forgot that there is like so much to the day-to-day of navigating the world. And in its place, we have lonely people who are lost. It's sad. There was a way. It doesn't cure it. It's not like you go to church and you know everything about your life and you make every perfect decision.
Right.
But we had a framework to navigate the world. And for some reason we were like, forget that. We don't need it.
I know, who cares? Subjective morality. And what people underestimate is the fact that the Bible is correct. They underestimate it. Why? And we've seen evidence of it. So even if you're not a Christian, I don't know how you can't see the writing on the wall with, look at what gay acceptance, trans acceptance, look what that did to this country. And just after.
Yeah, are we better now or worse?
I know. We are worse and at a colossal degree. And so it's like, that is evidence. That is just one of many evidences of how the Bible is correct. When the Bible says something is a sin and says something is wrong and an abomination, there's a reason, and you see the negative effects of that play out in our lives and especially at large as a nation. So
that's such a great point. I hate to give Melanie credit here because she gets a big head and she never. But like, it's like it resonates with me even as someone who's brand new. It's like, yeah, I mean, I don't have any Bible verses memorized, and I only have read through basically Corinthians at this point, and that's just because my pastor reads it to me every week. But like, if you couch it like that to people, like, look, okay, maybe you're not religious, but ask yourself, as we've strayed away from the Bible's teachings, are we better now? Do you think maybe if more people, tried to live like the Bible teaches, we would have a 50% divorce rate? Do you think we would have, people getting stabbed in the neck on the train?
Right.
Do you think we would have drag queen story time do you think we would have the amount of groomers that we do? Do you think that we would have young 14-year-old girls with healthy breasts having double mastectomies?
Yep.
These are not things that the Bible would ever support. These are things that the devil would support. And like, it's even if you're not religious, I think most people would be able to, I understand that, and I like this thing says, this we talked about a little bit yesterday, but since 2022, Bible sales are up 41.6%, app downloads are up 80%, and Christian music streaming is up 50%.
Love it.
Like this is, here's a hypocrite, don't show my pagan bros. Like this stuff is,
hey,
there
is
is
just giving
definitely
me a
a
lot
trend.
of hope. I'm getting white pilled with how society things can turn around for the good. And I know things have been really bad. And especially before the elections, whenever it was like, oh, if Kamala makes it, it's over. Like we are in Revelation. Like it just seemed like it would be hopeless at that point. But I really do think that as we see more people turning to Christ, we are going to see a positive effect in our society. And it's going to be, so I'm white pilled with all of this. I have hope for the future right now, the near future,
Well, I think a lot of people get turned off because they're like, they like, I don't know, like I used to go to church when I was young, and it was very like, they wore the robes and and they had the altar boys and this kind of, it was like very traditional and very, but like modern. Some people still want that, and that's cool. But like I just go to church and they like play music for 15 minutes. When we read some passages from the Bible, and the pastor talks about like, hey, here's what Paul was saying here, where like you have the right to do things. Yes, God gives you free will, but like, should you do them? And it's like, they're just like, at least the church I go to is like, it just kind of teaches you to question things and how to be like a better person. It's not like I'm not like on my knees and shouting out scripture and having seizures and all this shit. It's just like, I go to church and I for 1 hour a week, I think about like, hey, how can I be a better person? And like, not everyone turns into a psychopath like Melanie. Most people are like me, who are like, hey, we get free coffee, we go to church, we can, have a little self-reflection.
You'll get there, Jeremy. You'll get there.
Like what you're saying is interesting, because there are so many people who are like, they want to improve themselves, and they're like, well, I'm going to take like 15 minutes a day to meditate. And like, if you want to meditate, that's great. But like, could I offer you an hour on Sunday where you go to church?
Exactly.
And like, like it's like the people get annoyed at church, and I agree with you. Like I like the traditional stuff, but like, I have gone to other churches that are much more like a Bible church, and like it is helpful. I remember I was in a Bible study in college that I loved, because it was just like, here's a passage, what do you think? And I think people forget that it's not like you have to be being yelled fire and brimstone by a priest who's making you feel bad about your life. Like it's just like, hey, let us consider the same way that like going for a run every once in a while is good for you, or eating healthy is good for you. Like going somewhere and being asked to think about how you live your life and how you can maybe do better, or people you could help or pray for. Like these are net positive things. They're good. They don't have to be scary.
Yeah. Maybe some churches are like fire and brimstone, but then you don't have to go to one of those.
Or
like
if that's your thing, maybe
That's
go
the
to
ones
that one.
I go to.
Yeah, if you like it.
Melanie's there. She's like booing you as you walk by.
I like to walk out of church feeling like I got my butt kicked. Like I'm like, oh man, I gotta do better.
Yeah, that's fine. You can, if you want to go and get told you're human garbage, there's a church for you. If you want to go and like your pastor talks about the Brewer game, there's a church for you. Like my pastor talked about going to the Brewer game and stuff, and I was like, I like churches that weave the Bible into like regular everyday stuff, it becomes easier to be palatable. Plus, there's a lot of stuff in the Bible that just doesn't really. I mean, like, there's a lot that's like, okay, what the hell was he even talking about? Because half of these words don't even exist anymore, and like these are not, for example, he's talking about in his letter, like people get their meat from the church and whether or not they should buy meat from the market, even if that meat was sacrificed to some other different kind of God. Yeah. An idol. Yeah. And like, that's not something we deal with right now. I don't go to church to get my meat and I don't buy meat from whatever, but like the overarching message was basically like, hey, God gives you free will, but life is about choices. And do you want to do the right thing or do you want to do the easy thing is essentially what, if I remember right, what it shook down to. And like that, I need somebody to do that. Cause when you're talking about going to church to get your meats, I don't, that would be awesome if they had a butcher shop in the church and I could get my meats there. Like that would be very cool. But
there's like a U equivalent, like a butcher version of Coffee Brand Coffee. That's like, I just got to get into this church game.
Yeah, right. I got to get my ribeyes into the church. I'm trying to my church gives away free coffee, but it's like a good brand of coffee and they're a really big church. So I don't think I could afford to, I'm sure they get it for free, but I'm like, man, I want to like push out Stone Creek because they're like a chain and I'm just like one guy. But I'm sure that there's like, I've been there 3-4 weeks. Like, I'm sure that I can be like, oh, so you just wanted to get into you wanted to horn in on the church coffee business, huh?
What if the owner of the bigger chain goes to that church and that's why they get it for free?
Well, they got to die someday. I mean, they're not going to live forever. And so I just want to make sure they know I'm second in line.
Okay.
But let's see here. I had this other story I was going to talk about quick. There's this Bradley Whitford moron. This is a funny story. There's so many leftoids and then people in Hollywood too. They try to say that American soldiers storming the beach on D-Day were Antifa. They're the same as these fat, smelly losers.
Wow.
They literally make that as a 1-to-1, and it's not the first time. Like you see, like these were anti-fascists, and they were like showing them.
I gotta find that
think
meme.
It's so gross.
Yeah, like 60%, 70% of the American men and boys that stormed that beach that day died to fight Hitler. These fucks are standing outside of an ICE facility while drinking Starbucks. Okay.
Yeah, that's
we
like,
are not the
banana
same.
Costumes.
That's like this where he's like,
that one. Yeah.
Hey, wow, he's just like me.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the one. Melanie's turning into a boomer. She saves Facebook memes to her phone.
Look,
neoboomerism is okay. Yeah. Everyone should unplug.
Oh no, Melanie. But like, it just shows the level of LARP. This guy is an actor on The West Wing, and he's like, basically, Antifa is just like World War II soldiers fighting against Hitler. I'm like, dude, have you fucking seen these people? First of all, they have like next to Portland, they have like an abandoned house that they all fuck and do drugs in. Right. They are not like, they're degenerate. They are not brave. They run away. They hide their faces. How many people who stormed the beach at Normandy were hiding their faces? Right. Or hid the fact that they were there to liberate Europe from Hitler. Like these people, like, and the fact that he uses his dead dad, like my dad, I've been thinking about, he died a long time ago. He fought in World War II when fascism was on the rise. It wasn't on the rise, my dude. Hitler was in power.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? We
also, like, how could you equate that kind of sacrifice, military service, to like what is happening in Portland right now? It's not the same at all. And so I think like the invocation of fascism has been so corrupted that it's one thing if it's like you're all freaking out. Like I think I told you I drove past an anti-ICE protest and they were like, there was someone in a dragon costume holding a like proudly Antifa sign. And I was like, number one, I know you're not. And number two, like, stop.
If you were proud,
like,
why are you covering your face?
Yeah.
Like,
if you're
just
proud,
the loser, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, it is not the same of you in any way. And I was thinking about like I have grandparents who fought in World War II.
Me
Should I
too.
be like, oh, actually, if they were pro-Trump, like, no, I'm not going to read modern politics into what happened.
Exactly. They're MAGA.
Well, and this guy, you said he was in West Wing, which he was, but he was also in Handmaid's Tale, and he plays one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
Who was like essentially evil, but kind of goes back and like he's a great actor. I will say that 100%.
Sure.
But
just he's
also,
an idiot though.
I don't want to hear anything about your politics because every time you
Right.
talk, it's just the worst.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of true. Of like, I mean, just imagine how many great Hollywood actors from the 80s and 90s that we would hate. Like, I don't know. I don't want to know what Arnold Schwarzenegger's politics are. I mean, he's not a great example because he ran for governor. But like, you know, I don't care about Chuck Norris's politics. I just want him to
Right.
kick ass.
Right.
I don't care about, and like somewhere along the lines, I think not only did these people think that we cared, but it became required. Like, you aren't, it is part of your job is spreading political propaganda. It isn't just, you know, evidence. How many conservative actors are openly conservative? Fucking none.
No,
you know,
they
like,
all hide it.
They all hide it. And like, let me tell you guys
Right.
again, like, I have people who are showrunners on Netflix that talk to me like privately that like, they're not liberal. But like, you can't not be. Like,
Right.
sure, you could say, oh, Kevin Sorbo. Yeah, Kevin Sorbo came out when his career was already over. Like, Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Okay, he didn't really come out until he was 90 years old already.
Right.
Like, look what's going to happen to the trajectory of the career of, say, somebody like Zachary Levi. Let's see how many starring roles he gets now that he came out.
Yeah.
You know, like, look at all the work that Chris Pratt has to do just because they conservative jacket him constantly, just because he goes to church. His only crime is that he goes to church and he believes in Christ. And they're like, well, he must be a conservative. It's like, let me tell you something. Just like the military, there's a shitload of libs that go to church. A lot of them.
Yeah.
And like, but it's like, he has to fight against that because he knows it would end his career.
Yeah.
Now,
Right.
maybe when he's 60 and he's made $500 million, he'll finally come out. I believe he probably is conservative.
Right.
But like, he can't say that. So it's
stupid too because it's like, hey, if he's not talking about it, maybe you guys should just accept that as the win. You know, like you have shamed him into
Right.
silence. Isn't that enough for you? No, it's not enough. He has to start denouncing his
Nick
church.
Searcy, another good example. He was you know, he was one of my all-time favorite shows, Justified. Got to meet him on the set. No big deal in Montana. But like they didn't put him in the Justified reboot because he was conservative. That's why. Like, and I didn't watch the reboot either, even though I love that show. And I love Timothy Olyphant. I think he's great in that exact role. Like he plays that role in basically everything and he crushes it. And he seems like a genuinely funny, nice guy. But I feel like Timothy should have went to bat for his friend, you know, like that just doesn't happen, you know? And again, Nick Searcy gets to come out when he's already 80 years old. You know, these people don't come out when they have their whole career in front of them. And if they do, they're already like Z-list actors. Remember that black chick who wore a mega dress and was like, oh my God, I'm a chick. And then she like just disappeared. She was like a musician, I think. She was a musician, but
A musician?
I think so. But she was on that mega grift too. Like all these mega rappers. I'm like, come on, it's cringe. Don't be a mega rapper. Like I think just write music.
Yeah.
You know, like write good music. I listen to all sorts of music from people that would definitely hate Donald Trump, but like I don't listen, like no disrespect if you do, but I think it's cringe if that kind of music. When they're like,
I just think we're missing the
Trump's
point.
so cool. Trump is the best. Wiggity whack. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's so
Whack.
fucking dumb.
When is
Like,
your rap album dropping? I must know immediately.
well, I was
No,
under
I-
a pseudonym. Yeah.
I think part of it is like we forget that you can just have art because we've been taught, you know, whether you think it's critical theory or just leftist derangement, that you have to read politics into everything. Like
Yeah.
Bradley Whitford, the actors on screen, when they were releasing whatever newest season of The Handmaid's Tale, he was like actively posting on social media about how Trump is bad and whatever else. Like there is this idea that like you must be spreading the correct political message in every form that you have available to you. And I think part of the beauty of when art and books and literature are at their best is like the subtlety and also the interpretation. And that means that people could potentially get their own message if you
Do it,
say
Hannah
that
Claire.
freaking phrase Melanie, do you know what this hand gesture is for?
No.
Oh, come on, 6'7".
6'7".
6'7".
Except I feel like we could potentially cure this from Gen Z by saying enough on our own show. And
Right.
like,
I
it's
thought
not
about
cool
this
anymore.
last night I was laying in bed. It was on I didn't watch South Park this week because I get it. Trump has a small dick. I mean, that's the whole show, you know?
Yeah, that's all they do.
But like they did make fun of the 6'7" thing, but it occurred to me that like I was talking, or no, did you say, maybe you said this, Hannah, that it was like banned in their school class or something?
Someone in chat said it. Like I was saying,
Yeah.
people, like the teachers are being people
All
crazy.
you have
like,
to do
it's
is if the teachers just have to do it, that'll be it. It'll go away overnight. I was like, what are these teachers stupid?
That's true.
All you need is your math teacher like 6'7", am I right, kids? That'll be the end. It'll be over. You'll never have to hear it again. I don't know why they haven't figured
if
that
you're
out.
a teacher in chat, please let us know if you've tried this strategy.
All
'cause
right.
Yeah. I
it would tell us
guarantee you
how
it works.
powerful this is. Either they would get like if you're a young cool teacher, maybe they would be like, "Yeah, you too." But if you're like, I don't know, you have to have the right teacher be like, "I like this," and they'll all change.
Just
their
have your
mind.
principal do it. Call a pep rally and have your principal do it, and that'll be the end of it. Within 48 hours, it'll be dead like a roach.
Jeremy
Like,
can cure you guys. He can save the youth.
Yeah, I can save. Like people are posting these videos of like teachers melting down. Like you guys are retarded. 6'7", 6'7", 6'7". Like instead of doing that, just do it, and then they'll stop. Nobody wants to be like the teacher. You know that would be very, very, very effective. I do want to shout out Papa. Well, I have one last sponsor to share with you guys, and then we've got some super chats to go through. And shout out to Morgan and Morgan. Accident or injured in any way, you should know how to protect your rights. That's why I'm so glad to have this video sponsor Morgan and Morgan. When you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions of dollars. Morgan and Morgan doesn't settle for lowball offers. Just in the past couple of months, Morgan and Morgan saw verdicts of $12 million in Florida, 34 times the highest insurance offer, $26 million in Philadelphia, 40 times the highest insurance offer, and $6.8 million in New York, 25 times the highest insurance offer. Their fee is absolutely free unless you win. Fighting big companies takes a big law firm. As America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan are ready to take on insurance companies of all sizes. Morgan & Morgan has modernized the injury law process so you can submit a claim and communicate with your legal team all from your smartphone. And remember, size matters. Morgan & Morgan is big. They're America's largest injury law firm. That means they have the resources to fight to get you the best results, and they're capable of spending millions on a case to see it through. Did you know you can start a claim with America's largest injury law firm in just one click? It's so easy. You can start your claim now with Morgan & Morgan at www.forthepeople.com/quartering or click the link in the description down below. All right, so we have some messages. Jay Blaze says, I mean, okay, leaving this alone. I will say you all seem like nice people, and I hope to be in the same co-ed prison camps as you. Just keep Luke in the females only camp. Yeah, I understand. I think that's what he would prefer too.
Yeah, I don't want Luke in my camp, but thank you.
Yeah. Sergeant says, if you don't think the Constitution is a Christian document, then ask you, why do presidents and witnesses in the judicial proceedings have to swear on the Bible? Yeah, good question. Pac-Man says, the guy that killed Irenia got sentenced yesterday. He got life without the possibility of parole. I was looking to see if I could confirm that. Is that true?
Oh, is it?
I didn't see a single news outlet cover it. I was trying to confirm that because that seems unlikely. And I only say that because he would not have had a trial and been sentenced already. It's only been a month. Yeah, he might have taken a plea deal. I think they were discussing whether or not the death penalty would be on the table, and they probably said no. That's what I think. I don't think he was sentenced already. There's no way he already had his court date. I would be really surprised, but I hope you're right. TZ76 Patriot says,
He hasn't been sentenced yet, from what I can find.
I like when the Brewers had Bernie Brewer slide into the beer back in the day. They still have Bernie Brewer sliding down. It's just not into the beer because it's American Family Field. Our sergeant says, yeah, fuck that shit, dude. Grandma and Grandpa Sargent would have beat those motherfuckers' ass just like they did real Nazis. It's downright disrespectful to even compare the two. Yeah. I mean, but that's how deep the LARP is with these people.
Oh, yeah.
They really think they're freedom fighters. Jay Blaze says, what? I live like 3 miles away from the ice facility in Portland. And anytime I had to roll by, I swear it was just the Allies. I swear it was just like the Allies storming Omaha Beach to save me. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. My apologies. I've been corrected. And Papa Sarge says, maybe we should see the quote unity, like when Christian denominations, you won't agree on everything, but you can both agree by sharing the essentials. Yeah, that I would agree with. That's a good way to put it.
There's also gay pastors and all that. It's like,
yeah.
We got to draw a line somewhere.
me and my wife had kind of because I was not going to go to church with a female pastor. I was like,
For sure, yeah.
I'm not with that.
Yeah.
And then like the first day I went to the church, a woman was out and she was like just doing the announcements.
Right.
And I was like, if this is a pastor, we're leaving.
Like, I'm getting nervous.
Yeah. But she was kind of pissed. She's like, well, so what? She's just a little more like, you know, and then it just so happened, like there was something that came up like in Paul, I think, or something in Corinthians about like, he mentioned something about
female.
Yes. Yeah.
No, they're not supposed to be teaching. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just like,
oh, you're like, oh.
I looked over and I was like, I didn't say anything anymore. I didn't have to. I was like, oh, the pastor did my job for me. I love this
Also, probably a
church.
good time that he didn't skip that passage. You know, some churches might.
Well, he also talked about how, you know, well, I won't go. Paul has some spicy takes on women and their duties, so to speak. That came up. He like made a joke about it. He didn't like read it verbatim. He's like, I'm not going to read everything Paul said about women because I don't want men going home and then telling their wives that like, well, pastor whatever said. And I'm like, okay, you know, I get that. Like, I can appreciate that.
I would love to see someone like be like to make in a hopefully non-disrespectful way a podcast as if it were hosted by Paul. You know,
that'd
be funny.
That would
be funny.
He seemed pretty rigid. He seemed pretty based, but like from what I could tell in his letter, like he was like, yeah, well, you could do that if you want to burn in hellfire for eternity.
He sent those letters to the churches like with butt whoopings. They opened those butt whooping letters. Like, yeah, he was serious.
Yeah, it was. I read him and like in this super sarcastic voice when I read him, I'm like, yeah, he was basically like, you can eat the meat that was sacrificed to idols. That's fine. That's cool. If you want to burn in hell, that's your choice.
I'm telling you, this podcast comedy writes itself.
People underestimate or they don't know that they don't remember seeing like even Jesus being sarcastic in the Bible. Yeah. It's amazing. I love it. It's like, oh, told him.
Yeah. I want to let people know it'll just be me tomorrow. Remember, I'm an hour early, so I'll be live at 1 Eastern or noon Central tomorrow. Lone Wolf Cast. Jay Bliss, I forgot to ask, are you able to or intend to make gifting subscriptions direct to your site versus Rumble Premium? That would be very cool. I don't know. I'll see if I can make it work, but that would be very cool. Yes, please go to thequartering.com/join today. Definitely falling behind our goal of 200 this month, but we still have a whole half a month to go, so we can definitely do it. Let the people know, Hannah Claire, where can they follow you? What do you got going on?
You can follow me on Rumble and YouTube. It's Hannah Claire B in both places. I have some videos up about some pop culture stuff, some news stuff. I'll have a new video up in a couple days. I appreciate everyone who's already subscribed, and especially everyone who watches the videos. It helps me out a lot as I grow that platform. I'm also Hannah Claire B on X if you want to follow me there. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday for that other show with that other guy. Just kidding. It's Luke and Jeremy per usual. But Melanie, I'm so happy to have you back this week, and I'm excited for our next Astrocast.
Thank you. I'm stoked. All right, guys, you can find me at Bible Time with Melanie Mack, where I've got Bible verse of the day every day, as well as different Bible topics. And then my gaming streams, if you just search Melanie Mack Gaming Streams, I am playing spooky games lately. Just beat Little Nightmares on yesterday's stream. So next stream, I'm going to do like something like Resident Evil 1 remaster or something. I'm still figuring it out. But
cat, I see a cat.
It's
Coltrane. I see it. Yeah.
I love it.
I know it's not your other cat because it's behaving.
That's true.
Yeah.
The other cat is a baby. Be nice.
I sent this video to my wife this morning because she's got puppy fever, and I feel like, where is it? Somebody shared this tweet, and oh no, you know what? I can just favorite it from my phone. I'll show it because I was like, yeah, there I have it. I don't save them to my phone, so I have to actually like
look, and now it's taking longer. So
see, if
really,
only you
now I
saved
would have
them
had
to your
it.
phone like I do.
Yeah.
you act like it's embarrassing, but like I don't know, we're having a vamp.
Somebody, their tweet said, hold on. The only problem I want in my life is this.
Watch, just watch. They're hanging from me and they will not get down.
It's a big litter.
They're just they're like crawling all up over her.
I'm just trying to make their food and they're going crazy.
It's so strong.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going for the phone.
Yeah, she's just trying to make their food, and they're like, they're all over her. And I'm like, think about this.
There's like 8, 6.
That's a huge litter. The 1, 2 on her. 3, 4, 5,
It's like
6,
7 or
7.
8.
Yeah, there might be 8, and that's just who's in the frame.
Right.
But shout out to her for keeping it tight for a cat lady too. She's staying fit.
Yeah.
Now this sweater was a choice. Okay.
Oh.
Like,
Look,
I'm
it's
just-
getting cold. You don't
It
understand.
is
just
getting
saying-
cold,
air
but
conditioning?
okay.
No, I'm just saying, first of all, yeah, I mean, she stays in shape. You should, but she's clearly in her, PJs. She got slippers on. But like, if you don't want the cats to crawl on you, maybe don't provide them a ladder.
True.
Like, you should probably have made it a little more difficult for them. But
My kittens would climb like jeans and stuff, though. Like,
I
you know,
know.
that small, they're determined.
look at, they're just like, they're underneath their shirt, like they're just everywhere. There's one going up underneath there. Like,
Oh wow.
I will say they don't. I will say, as somebody who's when I had like 3 kittens at once, like they just crawl over you. Just accept that you're going to be scratched all over. You can't stop it. The kitten barrage is inevitable. This is HCB. I love the painting in the back. What is it? Oh, it looks like some sort of flowers.
It's
or
an
something.
original that she just did.
I
Yeah.
wish.
Yeah.
No, I think it's supposed to be like.
I think it's called
clouds.
Mein Führer or something like that. She said.
Why did you say that?
I thought that's what you said it was called. It was an
No, I'm
abstract.
just kidding. It's like clouds abstract, kind of. I thought it was really peaceful. It did immediately make my camera think everything is gray, but I can't swap it out. 'cause I like it.
Yeah, well, at least you don't have the
It is
orange
nice.
problem that I do. I have to figure that out. All winter, I'll look like I just got back from the Caribbean the whole time. You know.
I'm just gonna look like a ghost. It's fine, which I'm not against. You know.
Yeah. All right, everyone, go say hi to Viva Fry. I'll be back tomorrow, and ask Viva Fry about the ladybugs. We won't go through it again on this stream. I won't ruin Melanie Mac with the ladybug story. She can't handle it.
You have to escape, Melanie. Escape from this week's
Yeah.
horrible running information.
Yeah. All right, everyone.
right.
Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.